Hello, everybody. This is Hollis Barnhart with my partner, Zack, Cimini, and we're sitting in one of the fabulous sports books in Las Vegas. And it's probably one of the few that hasn't been torched and burned down by the sports book directors. They're probably too busy out at Lake Mead at Hoover Dam jumping off after the Black Sunday and Monday. One of the worst results for the sports books ever. They lost so much money. And Zack, let's hit up on a couple of things that went wrong. First of all, Atlanta, favorite. They covered. Baltimore, a favorite. Actually, Cincinnati got the money there. That was a big bet there. New England as a favorite. The public got the money there. Pittsburgh as a favorite. The public got the money. Arizona, the entire world was pounding them. The favorite got the money there. Seattle against Chicago, the favorite got the money there. In fact, on the second half, for all the guys trying to get even from the first half and all day long, they opened Seattle -8, and they got the money in the second half with a shutout. Denver, everybody was betting Denver, and Detroit lost, so Denver got the money as a favorite. And then Monday night, all the correlated parlays, Green Bay and over, that gets the money. So that, and then if you throw in Oakland, very popular bet, and also Philly, being that they were 0-2, and it seemed like everybody was thinking they're not going to go to 0-3, and they got right. So it seemed like every single game, the sportsbook took a huge beating on that. And not to be outdone, I lost for the second time this year. I had a great streak going at 8-1. Well, won Saturday, lost Sunday. My streak is now done at 8-2. So what do? We don't do anything except start another streak, but we're 0-0. 0-0 is not so bad. And so you write that down, 8-2 for the first 10 games of that 10-star plays. We're now, and I went 1-1. You and I went 1-1 over the weekend, so that's not so bad. But 0-0, and we're going to have 2 more 10 stars this week, Saturday and Sunday, and everything will be right back on track because the sports books never take a loss, and we're right there with the sports books.
Exactly. It was one of those things where the matchup just went the opposite way. You see it from time to time. I think it doesn't typically happen in the NFL, but you see it all the time in NBA, MLB, the other sports. So they'll adjust, and as handicappers, we'll have to make sure we're just on top of our game as we expect to be this week.
That's right. Now let's go to the first game. We're going to be playing this game in London this year. Pacific time, make a note of this, 6:30 a.m., 9:30 Eastern time. The Jets are in Miami. They're both flying over to play in London. Last week, the Jets were sloppy, interceptions, fumbles, missed tackles, sloppy play, no execution, and they met a Philly team that was absolutely desperate. So, what happened? 58 yards passing by Fitzpatrick. Yep. Chris Ivory, not so good, 47 yards. I think he has some quad problems. He might be injured. You want to check that. We're taping this show on a Tuesday, so you want to check your injury updates at. But let me tell you one thing. You're going to get into the bye weeks coming up. Not this week, but they're playing right before a bye, and they're coming off a loss. They'll be as desperate for a win as Philly was last week for a win. You don't want to lose 2 in a row, and you don't want to have to sit that for 2 weeks until your next play. Yeah. So look, they brought in a sleep specialist. There's a 5-hour jet lag. They are going to work on their sleep and their practice and things like that. The Jets claimed safety from Seattle, Dion Bailey. Now, on the other hand, I think Joe Philbin might be the first guy. I know he's on the hot seat, so he's not the first guy of that, but he might be the first guy they let go. Anyway, they ended up with no chemistry with Sue and his $114 million contract. Kevin Coyle should have been fired last year as a defensive coordinator. They're not doing anything. The offense is number 31. Ryan Tannehill, he keeps getting sacked. There's no pass protection, no run blocking. So I see the Jets getting the points and winning this game.
Yeah, I see the same thing. And the thing here, I'll keep this one short on my analysis, but it's going to be a battle of which defense is going to play better, and you have to side with the Jets. They played really well against Philadelphia. If it wasn't for special teams and a few miscues by Ryan Fitzpatrick, they could have won that game and sent Philadelphia to 0-3. But I think the Jets, Miami just beats themselves. And time again, they beat themselves. They should be running a conservative offense, but they don't. Instead, they Just too many quick slants with Ryan Tannehill, too many risky throws. They don't run the ball enough. They never do with Lamar Miller and Jonas Gray. I think the Jets, if they stick to a basic game plan like they tried to against Philadelphia, it'll be enough to beat this Miami Dolphins team.
Well, there you go. Two heads are better than one over there at Winning Edge, and we're both on the New York Jets at this early line in the week. So check back at Winning Edge later on for our 3-pack. Let's go Saturday. There will be a 10-star play there and on Sunday.